Okay, let's give this one last try. I've only tried about 4 times and screwed up each time. Let's see if we can. Number 5 is the one that hits the ball out of the park. Hello world. Hello world. This is Eddie's temperature converter. Is a line from my temperature converter. I just cut everything else out. I'm going to use it to demonstrate looping to you and how important looping is. For I inline print I. Now what this is going to do is just print out all my lines or all my letters. Behold, all my letters in my temperature converter in a single character format. That's kind of a nice thing. Let's see if we can do something different. I equals I replace. Let's see if we can get it to print it out as one line differently than just saying print line. \n is called an escape character. And if I recall correctly, every time I print an I like that, it's going to input an escape character. But if we remove that escape character, then we should be able to print it out all in one row. Oh, still didn't work. So loops don't work. Sometimes the best laid plans of mice and men don't work out. And basically that's the bottom line. This is called scope. When you have a for loop and you have a colon at the bottom, you have to indent 4 or 2, or it just has to be a constant indent. It can be one character indent, but it has to be an indent. And under that indent, you'd sit there and you just do what you want to do, print line. Get it? And it's just going to print it out, each letter, each line. That's one way to do it. You can also use the range function. And the range function is kind of nice, but you need to know how long usually you need to know how long the line is. But that's not necessarily so. But it's nice to know. So we'll make L equals length of the line. And then we'll introduce a range function. The range function works this way. The range function gives you the ability to print things in between. It takes the line, it takes the individual characters out and prints them. So let's look at it real quick. For I in range 0 to L. Let's see. Print line sub I. Now that's going to print each individual character, and we'll put an input here just to stop it so that it doesn't work so fast, so that we can't see what it's doing. Run module, HELLO-OLD. Now I don't know where world begins, but I want to print just world out. So I'm going to say from 6 to 9. I'm just picking numbers here, folks. I'm not trying to walk on water. I'm just picking numbers. 6 to 9. Ooh, didn't come out right, but didn't come out wrong either. So let's go to 15. And I'm getting more letters than I want, so I need to cut back on some. So instead of 15, let's go to 12. And that takes care of it. So between 6 and 12, the word world is found. Between 6 and 12 positions in. So let's see. Let's get down here. And let's just draw a line. Let's put a comment in there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is right. 7, 8, 9. This is 10. 10. So 6 and 10 should be right, but no. Because it starts at 0, it always has to be one more. So it's 11. So between 6 and 11, I should get everything I want. That's it. That's called slicing. And you can slice a word almost anywhere if you want to, or you can do whatever you want. This is scope. Once you run into this colon here, underneath, everything that gets indented underneath the same indentation falls into the scope of this for loop. Some languages use curly braces, open curly braces and close curly braces to indicate scope. Python doesn't use that. Python uses spaces. And spaces can get a little bit hairy, but they're not impossible to deal with. Here's a good example. I've got a space in here. I've just thrown it. That should be under the scope of the input module, but it's got a problem. So let's save it. It's not going to because of inconsistent spaces. So it either has to come out here and stop the process altogether, or it has to go underneath there. And that's scope. And scope is a very important thing in Python, and it's something you have to be careful with. And that's what I wanted to introduce with for loops. The concept of scope and the fact that you can do things within a range or just type it out or print it out all at once. Now, you can do all this inside the Python shell simply by just line. Let's line. Now it is there's your line. For I in line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Print I. So there, that worked. But you'll notice you get scroll madness. And of course you can certainly use the buttons to backtrack a little bit. For I in range, now you got to write a new line for I in range and stuff like that. It's a little bit clumsier to do it that way, but it can be done. And being able to work your problems out in the Python shell sometimes will save you great misery when you're doing work. The Python shell is a one-shot wonder. Always have to keep that in mind. I don't know if I downloaded the import statement or imported the OS here. Let's see. No, I didn't. So I'm going to import OS system CLS. Now I got a clean slate to start over with. Don't worry about this 0. That's a return code from the operating system. That's all it is. It's not a big deal. It means it worked. Okay. I think I'm going to give you some looping assignments in the homework. But right now I haven't gotten that far. I'm still working on these presentations. But I hope they get easier and better as we move along. Thank you for your time. We'll wait for the next one.